Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about Stellar Lumens, aka XLM. And yeah, I have quite a bit of things to talk about, so sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask you guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and I do greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, let's just jump right in and let's talk about XLM. So as you guys are probably all aware, I've talked about Stellar in the past. I've talked about, its direct connection, with XRP in terms of price correlation. They move extremely close to one another when they do start to move. And, in terms of XLM, I don't think that it's respectful to talk about XLM only when we're talking about XRP. XLM is going to be huge. We have direct confirmation from the WEF, the World Economic Forum, that XLM is well positioned to be a financial giant in the future for a lot of payments in general. Not only the P2P, not only the B2B, and not only cross-border payments in general for remittances and stuff like that. There is so much more going on for Stellar. Okay, and of course, we are seeing a little bit of trading volume up. Nothing too crazy in terms of price. Of course, in terms of the market sentiment right now, it's fairly bearish. But overall, I am watching XLM very closely. Okay, we've seen the World Economic Forum tweet out how blockchain technology is fixing payments and what's next. And of course, they did tag Stellar.org. Now, this is no big surprise. This is no big deal. What's a big deal is what they are talking about. How blockchain technology is fixing payments today and what comes next. We're seeing, obviously they reduced the cost and time for cross-border payments. They're making it more interoperable, efficient, affordable, and accessible. And of course, confidence in blockchain technologies are rising as more governments and businesses invest in these areas. And of course, they are mentioning what's wrong with cross-border payments today. And then of course, they do talk about Stellar down here. A global public blockchain that is built for interoperability and to further financial, to further financial access and inclusion as, pretty much a massive network. And they are seen here, it is a network that has more than 20 anchors around the world that are integral parts of connecting global financial systems. These anchors are regulated financial institutions, money service businesses, or fintech companies that issue one-to-one backed fiat, tokens. Or, basically stablecoins. Now, I just want you guys to understand that the major connections that, Stellar has already built this year alone, or I shouldn't say this year, but 2021 alone has been very large. We know that many of the, companies that are under Stellar Lumens, for example, we talked about Cowrie Integrated Systems, which is a financial technology company with headquarters in the United Kingdom and offices in Nigeria, provides value-added services over electronic payment networks. Given recent guidance out of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Cowrie designed a payment channel to leverage USDC, one of the world's leading digital dollar stablecoins, as a bridge currency to help businesses reduce the friction of sending payments to and from Europe. And of course, we do see working with Tempo, of course, all of these major use cases. But I just want to mention the fact that these use cases that are built on Stellar are providing massive amounts of value in terms of what they are solving. We even see here with this Tempo, overall innovation, this resulted in savings in terms of cost and time and showed the power of connecting global financial systems so they are easily interoperable, efficient, affordable, and most importantly, accessible. Now, I've always talked to you guys about XRP. Don't get me wrong, XRP is going to be huge. In fact, of what they are going after, the Nasha Vostro accounts, the $27 trillion locked away pre-funded accounts, yeah, that's going to be huge. And I do believe that they will succeed in that. They also are going after other things as well. But I just want you guys to understand that this is proof that mainstream adoption is going to be happening for a lot of these technologies. XLM is definitely one of them because we even see it down here. But as the Tempo and Cowrie example demonstrates, deployed correctly, blockchain technology can be leveraged to benefit consumers without sacrificing oversight, accountability, or regulation. Okay? And we have been seeing a lot of updates within the Stellar ecosystem. A lot of these use cases, you might be wondering, well, are they really using XLM? Yes. We actually see over here, if this could load, one second. In terms of anything that is built on Stellar, XLM is required. Now, you might not have to use a ton of it or anything like that. We do see here, important to use the Stellar network, users are required to have a minimum balance. It's currently 1 Stellar Lumen. There's also a minimum transaction fee of a fraction of a lumen. These requirements are just high enough to deter bad actors, but small enough that Stellar remains accessible to genuine users. And we do see down here, when the adoption arrives, it will be interesting to see what happens to the zeros to the right of the decimal. The retail space, everyday life, has worked on hundreds of zeros for a very long time. And when we're talking about a lot of these decimal points, I think that a lot of these are going to disappear at mass adoption, and it's going to provide a lot of network use. And in terms of that, it's going to also demand a ton of network, overall value as well. And when we're talking about all of the many use cases, I do bring you guys back a little bit to this. So when we're talking about Stellar at scale, and I do apologize for the long wait times, my computer is rendering a video right now, but overall, when we are talking about a lot of these use cases, small, big, medium, whatever the case may be, they are use cases that are providing immense amount of value to the overall Stellar ecosystem. And we do see here, from cross-border payments to unified wallets, African startups are building the future of finance. And we are seeing, the virtual bootcamp is designed to give early to mid-stage startups in Africa an opportunity to build on Stellar, an open-source blockchain network for financial services and products, over a 3-day period. And I think that this is incredible. When we're talking about the future of finance, we know that blockchain technology and crypto in general is going to be at the forefront. But we do see here, meet the 9 companies selected for DFS Labs Blockchain Bootcamp in collaboration with Stellar. And we do see, a lot of these are some very high-grade use cases. In fact, these companies are fairly large in what they are going to offer for the Stellar ecosystem. Fawn Bank, right, is a new decentralized and distributed finance company that is providing a frictionless and transparent onboarding of the underrepresented in developing economies into the digital age. And of course, there's so many other ones, right? There's Honeycoin, MoneyMe, WinPay, DiaPay, Gravity, Paysappear, Quidaru as well. All of these are going to provide use of the network. It's going to provide demand of the network. It's going to provide value to be transacted over this network. This is going to be huge. And we're not even close to mass adoption for Stellar just yet. We still have a lot more out there left to be released, left to be launched. And we also see this as well. This goes back to September. Stablecorp and VersaBank issue Canadian stablecoin VCAD on Stellar. I've already talked to you guys about the MoneyGram partnership, the USDC stuff that they're doing. That's huge. But so is this. And we also see the philosophy behind Stablecorp is to bridge the existing traditional financial system to a more affordable and seamless digital experience powered by blockchain. So they are going after the traditional financial system here. And we just hear, what can the bank-issued stablecoin VCAD accomplish? Traditionally, stablecoins are pegged directly to government-issued currency and are backed by assets in bank accounts held by the stablecoin issuer. However, Stablecorp and VersaBank innovated upon the stablecoin concept by having VersaBank directly issue VCAD as an encrypted digital deposit recipients, or DDRs. These DDRs are treated the same as a bank deposit receipt or bank-issued guaranteed investment certificate, GIR, or deposit receipt. Each VCAD unit is encrypted and represents a $1 deposit with VersaBank. And this is all issued and minted on Stellar. And the reason why is because transaction speeds of a few seconds, near zero transaction fees, or transaction speeds of a few seconds, near zero transaction fees, and interoperability, both intra and inter-chain. And now customers can now use this for foreign exchange, remittances, or cross-border transactions, making the stablecoin attractive for B2B, B2C, and P2P solutions. This is huge. This is absolutely massive. Think about this at scale. This is all going to be for B2B clients, business to business, B2C as well, and P2P. So they're going after every market here on this. And this is definitely going to provide a massive amount of value, because this is all talking about DeFi, even being a bridge for traditional finance as well. This is huge. And this continues on. There's so many use cases here. Again, going back to October 4th, Arfin Temple launched new Stellar-based payments from Europe to the Philippines. We also have another one here. This one is going to be very significant as well. Tala joins the Stellar ecosystem to build out digital banking capabilities. This is going to get very fun very fast. I believe that Stellar Lumens is an easy winner, especially long term. Enterprise fund, okay? Areas of interest, cross-border payments, business payments for high-cost corridors, remittances in high-friction markets, access to financial services, USD savings, tokenized assets, investing in securities. These are trillion-dollar markets that they're going after. Tokenization in general, we've talked about it. When we're talking about Swift joining in on the fund, 24 trillion by 2027. Okay? Business remittances, we're talking up to almost, $100 trillion plus. Other use cases, financial inclusion in emerging markets, banking, payment processing, lending. This is going to get interesting. And there's so many projects that they're already invested in. I mean, look at how many of these they're already invested in. And these are all being built on Stellar. I mean, guys, you can look into this as well. You can look into APIs. You can look into business payments, emerging markets, lending, payment processing, tokenized assets as well. I want you all to go onto their website, look at the foundation, go into the enterprise fund, and read more about these specific use cases. You can click these websites. You can go learn about a lot of these use cases because, like Settle, for example, Settle is very huge. Look at their partners and integrations, okay, and look at what they are focused on in terms of, tokenization in general. Okay, and this is building in-house B2B and B2C products such as gateways, wallets, stablecoins, payment platforms, and integrations that solve the bridge between fiat and crypto to thousands of users. And there's so many use cases like this as well. And Settle in the media, you could read all about them as well. And all of these companies are similar. You could read more so about all of them. There's business payments. There's so many use cases on here that are focused on, trillion-dollar markets. And of course, in terms of the foundation funds, when we're talking about allocated funds for specific needs, okay, we know that they haven't even touched their marketing campaign. Okay, you can see their ecosystem support. You could read more so about their use case investment, which they, barely touched as well. This is their original balance. Here's their current balance. These are barely touched. They still have a lot more left in store for it. You could, when we're talking about their marketing, they haven't even touched their marketing right now. Marketing support, they haven't even touched. Original balance, current balance. Okay, here's their marketing support, $2 billion. They barely touched it. Their enterprise fund, they barely touched it. New products, barely touched. There is so much more growth left in store for Stellar. I'm so excited for the future for a lot of these many coins. All right, I'm invested into a lot of ISO 222 tokens. Invest into XRP, I'm invested into ALGO, invest into XLM, IOTA, all of them. They're juicy, right? Q&T is juicy, HBAR is juicy. I know that these are not 100% compliant, but I'm just saying, in general, a lot of these DLT technologies are very interesting. But Stellar Lumens, man, this is one that a lot of individuals just continue to overlook because they think, well, XRP is already doing everything that Stellar is doing. Pay attention. Pay attention to what's happening. The World Economic Forum did not tag Stellar, just in general, out of nowhere. I'm sure that they also have, other assets that they're mentioning here. I'm sure that they are mentioning XRP at some point in time as well. But overall, they are realizing the major benefits behind technology like this. They are mentioning the fact that Stellar is already building within this space to fix these many payment problems. You could see and read more about the fourth industrial revolution. But in my opinion, the fourth industrial revolution is here. It is crypto. Crypto is going to take the world by storm in terms of payments in general, but also providing massive amounts of value to these major financial institutions and these major banking institutional players as well. But when we're talking about Stellar, we know that XLM is required. On Ripple, this is the biggest downfall, is the idea that XRP's not required, technically, for cross-border payments and stuff like that. They do have a choice to use it to achieve the highest grade of speed, cost, and all that. But when we're talking about Stellar, XLM is required. I believe that Stellar is going to be huge. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As always, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. That's been Nick. Peace out, guys.